The summer is coming to a stormy finale for much of the East Coast.
And here's the map. Tropical storm Hermine, which hit Florida as a hurricane, well, it is now churning off the Carolinas and Virginia. And there's the video. The storm bringing high winds and massive waves.
Hundreds of thousands of people have lost power, and this thing is far from over. The northeast coastline is coming up next. These are some live pictures from Asbury Park, New Jersey, where they are bracing.
Yes, they are. We also have a live look at Kill Devil Hills in North Carolina. And then we have Virginia Beach, which is where we find Rob, who is leading our team coverage this morning. Rob, good morning to you.
Good morning, Paula. Here in Virginia Beach, they are beyond bracing. They are in it. Winds are gusting over 50 miles an hour, and it's been a rough last 5 or 6 hours. Look at this ocean behind me. I mean, waves 10, 15 feet is pounding this pier. We're actually at low tide. It's coming in, so all this water will be pushing forward, and we will be moving back. This is not the Labor Day weekend these folks were hoping for. This storm has been relentless.
Overnight, Tropical Storm Hermine barreling up the East Coast, packing with it 60-mile-an-hour winds, slamming beaches along the Carolinas, carrying wind gusts strong enough to rip the side off this truck and knock down trees, leaving some roads impassable. Adding to Hermine's fury, a reported tornado whipping through North Carolina's Outer Banks, leaving several injured.
All right, we're getting multiple calls in reference to house collapse. Quite a few subjects in the water, unknown how many injuries.
In Wrightsville, the storm washing away any Labor Day weekend beach plans for tourists. And in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, waves of water rushing through streets and flooding homes. And this morning, thousands are without power in the southeast. The storm now churning toward Virginia, where the governor has declared a state of emergency. Up and down the East Coast, millions are bracing for the impact and heading to hardware stores, getting prepared just in case.
People are inquiring about the generators, batteries, flashlights, everything.
Hermine ripped through Florida, causing one death and leaving more than 300,000 without power. In its wake, leaving parts of some coastal towns underwater. The hurricane, the first to make landfall in the state in over a decade.
Ferocious, absolutely ferocious.
Folks in Florida certainly were hoping that hurricane-free streak would hold, but that's over, and folks here certainly hoping that this thing would go out to sea. Eventually will, but it's going to stall, and that's going to be bad news for just about everybody. All right, let's take a look at the radar and the track of this thing. This is a lopsided storm, meaning most of the action is to the north of it at the moment, and that's where we are. The official center of it will be offshore as we go through time. But look at that radar, really, with all that rain, and we've got big-time waves and wind, too. All right, the tropical storm warnings, look at this, extend all the way up to northern New Jersey on the coast there. And tropical storm watches now for Long Island and Connecticut. That means that tropical storm conditions are possible here in the next 48 hours, but likely in through Virginia, because once this gets offshore, it gets into this complicated situation where it actually may very well strengthen back to hurricane strength, but not be a true hurricane, but the effects are going to be the same. The winds, the waves, the storm surge are going to impact this area, the Potomac, the Chesapeake, the Delmarva, and Long Island, and Cape Cod. Look at this. Look at the winds here north of the action, and how everything kind of is thrown back into the coastline. So we're looking at dangerous coastal flooding for New Jersey, and in some areas, especially the southern part of it, it could rival that of Hurricane Sandy. Beach erosion, obviously, is going to be a big problem as well. High tide is here, is at around 11 o'clock. The tidewater area, you know, I'll tell you what, it floods here on a good day. So you can imagine just how bad the flooding is going to be here at 11 o'clock this morning, 11 o'clock again tonight, and probably another cycle through tomorrow. So several cycles of high tide, not just here, but up the coast into New Jersey. It's going to be a long weekend for many. And Paul, it doesn't matter that this thing's not going to make landfall across the Northeast. It's going to sit and spin and expand, and along the immediate shoreline, it's just going to be a brutal next couple of days.
Yeah, Hermine is spreading a large net. Hermine is spreading a large net, I was saying, Robin. We know that you're taking all the safety precautions necessary, and we'll check in with you in a little bit. Thank you very much, Rob. And the force of Hermine is being felt all the way up the East Coast. As Rob just said, the storm is now threatening to pound coastal New York and New Jersey with heavy surf, beach erosion, and dangerous rip currents. ABC's Eva Pilgrim is in Toms River, New Jersey for us this morning, where warnings are in effect right now. Eva, good morning to you.
Good morning, Paula. We're here at Ortley Beach, and you can see the wind is already picking up this morning. If you take a look out here at the surf, the waves also kicking up much higher this morning. This is the far northern fringe of Hermine that we're feeling. We're seeing the first clouds and gusts from the storm, which is, as you heard Rob talk about, still south of here. This wind is expected to increase over the next 24 to 36 hours. People here keeping a close watch as this storm is expected to be near the Jersey shore and stay a while, a couple of days even, raising concerns of flooding, beach erosion, and on top of the damaging winds. And today, ahead of the worst of the storm, the major issue here is going to be rip current. Safety officials really warning people, if you're gonna hit the beach today, to be extra careful. Dan?
Eva, thank you.